We're going to talk about AP Lab number 11 today, determination of the appropriate pH indicator for an acid-base titration. In this lab, you are going to actually do two titrations. One, titrating a weak acid using a strong base, and the second one, titrating a weak base using a strong acid. As you've learned in your textbook, both of these are going to have very different titration curves, and the pH at the equivalence points are going to be very different. And the objective for this lab is for you to determine what's the correct indicator to use so that the pH indicator will change somewhere around the equivalence point of the titration. Some of the lab objectives are going to be the essentials of a weak acid and weak bases, what a titration curve looks like, choosing a pH indicator and what a pH indicator is, the fundamentals of a titration, and then hopefully you'll get also into the Ka of the weak acid, which is the pH indicator, pKa, and then the pH at that equivalence point. All these are very valuable topics for the AP exam and frequently appear in the AP exam. Safety for this lab is fairly simple. We're going to be using corrosive materials. Most of them will be very dilute, but we still have to wear our safety goggles during this activity. And depending on your lab rules, you may also be wearing gloves and an apron. One of the most important things when doing a titration is always cleaning up any spills that are going to be on your counter. You're going to have a lot of drips and drops. Clean those up constantly because you don't know if they're going to be acid or base or just water. So good cleanliness during your lab procedure is going to help you a lot. Let's go through some of the other basics of this laboratory activity today.